Hi, my name is Matt Dassow. I am a distance grad student at NC State on the online engineering program. I am currently taking MAE 535, Design of Electromechanical Systems, with Dr. Buckner, and this is my demonstration project. For my demonstration project, I wanted to do induction motors because my current work, I work at a manufacturing plant for industrial induction motors, so I figured I would try my hand at making a small scale version of what I do every day for work. So what is an induction motor? What does that mean? What does it do? How does it work? So an induction motor is a motor that creates rotation in the rotor by using the magnetic field created by coils in the stator. So I've drawn a schematic of what's happening inside the motor here on the board. So for example, we have our magnetic field at time equals 0, like this. And over time, we'll switch the magnetic field to be going through a different coil. So at time 1, for example, magnetic field looks like this. As we've seen in class, the materials don't like to undergo a change in magnetic field under short times. And so what will happen is the rotor at time 0 is fine with the magnetic field being like that. But then as the magnetic field changes on it, it'll want to realign itself back to the magnetic field to keep that same magnetic field going through it at all times. So that's kind of what's happening and how it works. So for my system here, we have an oscilloscope which powers the system. It goes to the one coil, which is hooked directly to it, and another coil which is linked in series to a capacitor right here. The reason for the capacitor is that it will offset the current going through the coils, and this will cause the magnetic field to be going through the coils at different times. Now, when I turn on the oscilloscope, we'll find that the rotor does not actually rotate or do anything at all. There's a few factors that may be causing the motor not to operate correctly. The power supplied to by the oscilloscope may not be enough for the coils to generate a strong enough current in the magnetic field in order to get the rotor to spin. I did not come to this conclusion initially. At first I thought it may be an issue with the magnetic wire I'm using potentially not being fully insulated, which would cause current to short out through the coil and not create a magnetic field. To try to resolve this issue, I rewound the coils using a different wire source. I also tried to modify the winding interface using smaller bolts, as well as with and without electrical tape. The thought behind using electrical tape was that it would prevent the bolt from shorting out the coils. I have also tried various objects as the rotor, such as half a soda can as well as lids that I had in my fridge to see if the weight or material was causing an issue with the operation. All of this together leads me to believe that the oscilloscope isn't providing enough power to the system for it to operate. This could potentially be rectified by hooking directly into the wall outlet. I decided not to do this due to not having the proper personal protective equipment available. I hope you've learned as much as I have. Thanks for watching.